Welcome to The Renewal. Today we hear different opinions on the question some guys like to ask women, which is, what do you bring to the table? It gets interesting, y'all. In my opinion, I don't think that's a question a grown man should even be asking a woman. Somewhat sassy to me. I feel that a man that knows his obligations, his responsibilities, and his place as God has ordained him, he wouldn't even have to ask that question. But I want to hear you all's opinions as well, so be sure to drop the comments below, like the video, and subscribe to the channel.
I've been on this earth 55 years, and I have never, ever heard a real nigga say, young lady, what do you bring to the table? Can y'all please stop that goofy shit in 2025? I have never heard a dude with high testosterone ask a woman what you bring to the table. Ever. This conversation I have just heard in 24. I have never, ever heard a real nigga say, a young lady, what you bring to the table? Nigga, we build tables. What kind of men are y'all? I promise you, this low testosterone level of men that's out here today, I don't know where y'all came from. I ain't never. Look, I got a young cat right now, one of my little YNs. He just bought his woman a Tesla. And all them young cats in his house, I ain't never heard them say none of that. They say where we going out, when we spending money, and how much we gonna spend it. Period. We get it like that. I've never heard you goofies till this year, man. Stop that in 2025, man. Y'all making us look real bad. I'm tired of it. I'm tired.
Best thing a man can ask you on a date is, what do you bring to the table? Because two things straight away. If you want a masculine man and his masculine energy, he is not one. He has told you straight away that relationship cannot happen. Finished. Done. But the second thing is, that man is so deep in his feminine energy that you could probably sit down, have a date with him, and learn from him how to be in it. Because even the concept of sitting down and thinking, what can this person do for me and what do they bring to the table, is so in his receiving energy. The fact that he's even sitting there and having the audacity to say that is so deeply, like, I mean, I'm not even sure me and you can get that feminine, is so deeply in there that we got a lot to learn from this guy. If a being is in their masculine energy, male or female, they're thinking, what can I bring to the situation? That is why that's such a pivotal question, to find out if he is in it or not. If he's asked you it straight away, you know he's not in it.
A woman's value lies in the intangible things, where a man's value lies in the tangible things. What do I mean by this? Men are providers, protectors, and professors, meaning everything that they do is more physical. The money, the protecting, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, all of that stuff. Whereas women are the nurturers. So where a woman's value lies is, how does she make her man feel? Does she uplift him with his words? Can he trust her? Is she loyal? Does she support his dreams? Does she take care of his legacy? Meaning, if he gives her a home, how does she nourish it and steward it? Women are the warmth to a man's life. A man can have a house and it can feel a little cold. When a woman comes in, she decorates it. She makes it more homey and feels good. So a woman's value lies in the feeling she brings to a man, where a man is more of the physical aspect. That's why a lot of men will tell you with money that they don't care about your money, and they don't care about your degrees, and they don't care about all of that stuff. Now, some men don't mind an ambitious woman. So just because you have those things doesn't mean that you're less valuable. But what I'm saying is, that's not where your value lies. So if you are a woman who is solid, who is respectful, she knows how to talk to her man, she can uplift her man with her words, she can support his dreams, she does not tear him down, she creates a safe space where he can be vulnerable and lay his armor at the door. If she's not going to use his weaknesses against him, if she's going to steward what he gives her well, then you are rare and you are a valuable woman. So if you are that type of woman, understand that your standards need to be up here, because we don't know what our value is as women. So we settle for the stuff down here when you should be really aiming for the stuff up here, because every woman isn't like you. And these are earthly values, not the value that you get from you and God. God's value is more important than all of this combined, but just speaking of physical, worldly value.
Ladies, don't entertain or stay with a man who asks you, what do you bring to the table? To me, it's like asking, why should I choose you? Why should I stay with you? Why you? And that just shows me that you lack the emotional intelligence, that you're not capable of seeing or understanding through my actions and behaviors how I can add value to your life. And so if staying with you is a test of whether I'm fulfilling your requirements or up to your standards, then I'm failing right then and there, because an emotionally intelligent man doesn't need to test a woman he knows is going to pass with flying colors. And what is known doesn't have to be said. And for me, it's just an indication that you have some sort of insecurity, that you're jaded, and that you just have some work to do. And I'm not going to be there by your side to do the work with you, because I've learned that we're not here to save anyone at our own expense, at our own happiness, mental health, and overall well-being.
But what does she bring to the table? I'm breakfast, lunch, dinner, maternal instinct, homework help, business strategies, brainstorming sessions, KPI analysis, emotional and psychological support, so general therapeutic services, prayer, praise and worship, strong tower, a little some sweet pussy, and a podcast recommendation. So why is the table from IKEA?
What should a woman bring to the table? I hate when people talk about this, but I'll tell you the only thing that a woman needs to bring to my table. First of all you got to do is do right by me. You just got to reassure me. You just got to communicate with me and just motivate me in the areas of my life that you don't necessarily have control over. But as far as anything material-wise, as far as the cooking and cleaning and all of that other shit, all of that shit is out. I'm not expecting a woman to enter my situation and be a fucking man. No. Come and enter my situation and bring your feminine energy. That's the whole reason that I was attracted to you. That's the only thing that I want from you is feminine energy. That's it. That shit is relaxing. That shit is peaceful. I don't be understanding what y'all want a woman to say back to that question. What do you bring to the table? What the fuck is she supposed to bring?
See, out of my 40 years of life, I never thought I'd see the day where a bunch of men sit around asking women what you bring to the table. Fellas, that is the most humiliating, most emasculating question that you can ask a woman. You don't really realize how bad you look. And a lot of you men today are suffering from a state of what I call sassy syndrome. Jesus needs to come down with a Thanos glove, just snapping his finger, making some of y'all sassy men disappear. Because at the end of the day, that's a damn if you do, damn if you don't question. Because if she's bringing more to the table, then 9 times out of 10, a lot of you would get intimidated anyway. So it's a lose-lose situation for a lot of you men to be asking women that question when you really wouldn't be able to handle it. Real men build tables. Real men already have a table ready. And a woman is supposed to come in your life and help manage what's on the table. That's what my wife does. She helps manage what's on the table that I built. My 11-year-old son, he see daddy go out, grind, make it, slay the dragon, bring it home, and wife helps manage what's on the table. A lot of you boys wouldn't even understand that because so many of you are so busy villainizing women and watching these men on these podcasts whine and cry about women, sitting in their hot chair with the lullaby music in the background. I'm gonna tell you straight like this, ladies. If a man asks you a question like that, you need to get your purse, put your track shoes on, and get the hell out of there.
If you be one of those men where they always ask what does the woman bring to the table, if you see this video pass, you no comment, just know say from today you are not man enough to be asked that question. If that question is to be asked or was to be asked, now woman is supposed to ask man, what do you bring to the table? No be you will be man supposed to ask him, because women are multipliers. Some of you men, no one understands, say women are multipliers and supporters. If you give them peace, they go multiply them. If you give them what, they go multiply them. And if you don't like what you're getting, you change what you're giving. If you do those things what they do for bed, they will give you Pekin. They will carry your last name. They go born for you, their body go change. Even sometimes when them pass away, now you go decide where they go bury them. You see your generation, your lineage, now she go give you one. Now I want to know you as a man. What do you bring to the table? Now don't tell me money, because women, they make money. Don't tell me leadership, because a lot of women, they lead. Don't tell me love, because they love the most. If not to fight, when women fight women about your papa did there. What do you bring to the table? Write down for comment section. Make I see. Make we analyze this thing well. Otherwise, close your vocal cavity. You're not supposed to be talking.
I see this question. I get this question. I hear this question all the time. What do women bring to the table? Now, I am about to reverse, or I am reversing the question to ask, what do men bring to the table? Because this question or this topic is a very vast topic that needs to be discussed, because I am not understanding why men will always ask women what you bring to the table.
A woman isn't supposed to bring anything to the table, at least not from the perspective of traditional history or nature, and certainly not in the same way that a man does. The table represents structure, and a man who wishes to be the expression of the masculine energy should represent the entire structure. The feminine energy flows through the structure and empowers it. This is why there's a saying, give a woman a house and she'll make it a home, because the value that she's supposed to bring is that she multiplies what the masculine gives her, which is also why people say the man brings home the bacon and the woman cooks the meal. As a man, you want to be the entire table so that you can be the full structure for your family and share it with a woman who's committed to gifting it with the feminine energy.